What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or Bake ZacNovak. In today's video, we got this week's Spider's Wanted Bounty. Just so happens to be the Blood Cleaver again. So, yeah, not too bad, still good, and it actually is a fun run this time. So, let's roll the intro, let's get right into the video, and I do hope you certainly enjoy. Alrighty, getting straight into the video. The Blood Cleaver. Once you're spawned in on Nessus, jump on your spar and head in this direction. Don't do this because then you have to spawn on your spar and it wastes time. But if you keep going through and keep following it along, you'll eventually get to the lost sector that's chilling at the back here, which just so happens to have said adventure / wanted bounty for this week, aka the Blood Cleaver, or just Blood Cleaver, because that's kind of what he is. And there is the other wanted guy that's just kind of chilling in there, because there's usually a wanted guy with a bunch of other people and a bunch of ads for you to go through and actually get some good old XP. I myself definitely love that good old XP. And this actual run on itself, I will state, surprisingly went a little bit quicker than what I was expecting. It was one of those things where I had recorded audio, but my audio kind of just ended up screwing up, which, yeah, it had me stuttering and just, it wasn't very clear, a little bit tinny. So hopefully this audio in itself is slightly better. I am actually using Audacity just so it actually, you know, allows me to go through and make it sound slightly better. But anyway, this area in itself has a bunch of ads. You can go through and pretty much melee each ad, or you can go through and pretty much snipe them with a hand cannon or blow things up, just because, yeah, it's fun. Or just run really whatever you actually want to run through this, because in itself this area is just a bunch of ads where you can clear them out fairly easily without actually going down most times. I myself have actually failed going through this plenty of times, so that's one of those things. And there was the whole thing of, originally I thought that door behind me had to be the door you go through, but it actually isn't. It is this good old little crack up in the wall here that also has another shield around it, but you can just kind of walk straight through it. There is dogs, watch out for the war dogs. You don't have the ability to actually, you know, shoot them, but you can melee them, so it's not too bad. Once you've gotten through that area, you come out to this open area where there is a bunch of more war dogs and a bunch of turrets. Go through and take turrets out. First of all, turrets are your main priority. Take all the turrets out. I make the mistake and don't take all the turrets out, but it doesn't really affect me too much because I'm not really so far in the actual zone of said turret. But as you can see, I do actually go through and wipe out these war dogs like a boss. And there's another war dog, so I didn't really wipe them out too well. But anyway, this war dog gives me health. It allows me to pretty much go up here, and I failed by mantling. I was hoping that jump would just allow me to get up there and slam that good old turret. But there is also another turret that was behind me that I didn't actually even realize was there, because I don't know, I didn't have a realization for it. But anyway, this big guy in the center of this dome in itself does actually stop you from being able to, you know, fire your weapons. You can use grenades and melee, however, which is one of those things that's still alright. You gotta melee this thing in the center. Get out. Pretty easy, fairly simple in itself. It isn't actually too difficult. I will actually state that, however, if you are like myself and you don't pay attention to things, you definitely can pretty much go down to a red bar and pretty much panic and then actually realize you can get held back by slapping people. But that's kind of just me and what I do. Anyway, keep slapping this thing in the center and eventually it'll actually go down. As you can see, I throw a grenade because I didn't want the guy to come near me. Didn't really work out too well because it didn't really do much damage to this thing. I was hoping it would destroy it. It didn't. And then there's more war dogs, and then I didn't realize there was more war dogs, and then I did realize there was more war dogs, and I still didn't actually get out. I thought that I could just, you know, one more hit will do it, just one more. But it was more than one hit because I kept hitting the big guy. As you can see, it's one of those things where, yeah, I'm not the greatest. I don't very rarely have a strategy for anything that I am doing, or even the ability to aim and hit targets with my grenades that I wanted to, but I did actually think about it, and I was like, hey, you know what? There is tyrants out there. They can give me health. And I realized this gold war dog was just here, so I slapped the shit out of him. And he gave me a blue, which is not too horrible. There's also another tyrant here, and there'll be a tyrant up behind where that actual one was before as well, after you take this thing out, which you will see in a moment. Well, in 2 moments, maybe 3 moments, 4? The 4 moments, there you go. So that thing goes down, you can run out, you get that actual chance to, you know, get a little bit of health back, jump back in and go for this turret up the top. This turret in itself is a yellow shield, so beware and be scared, because it can actually hurt you. However, it can actually give you legendaries, which is also pretty freaking cool. But anyway, slam that thing in the center and do all that stuff, and then super it up and just completely and absolutely wipe out the boss, and then wipe out his war dogs, and then wipe out the rest of the war dogs, because why the hell not? And then you realize, well, hey, I gotta go all this way back to actually open up this treasure chest, and there is actually a tyrant, which was easy to take out, by the way. But anyway, I got myself a blue from the actual chest, and I ended up getting myself, drum roll please, something amazing. It was a 10 paces. Not that amazing, but I will actually state this thing, it's not it's a thin line. What did I call it? I call it something different. It's a thin line. Yeah, I mean, I have bad memory, but yeah. Anyway, this is Spider's wanted bounty for the week. This is the Blood Cleaver, and this has been ZacNovak. If you did enjoy this video, click that like button down below. If you found it helpful, maybe share it around, leave a comment, do all that good stuff down below, and I'll be sharing like Karen if he was at Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak signing off. Peace out.